Hey gorgeous, I'm Denise Duffield-Thomas, money mindset mentor, best-selling author and founder of the Money Bootcamp. Now, as you might know, I teach money mindset and helping you clear your money blocks so you can live a first-class life. So today I'm sharing one of my key millionaire mindset lessons from my book, Chillpreneur. Now, guess what? Being a millionaire doesn't make you any more special or clever than anyone else, but the truth is that my biggest secret for becoming one is focusing on your mindset upgrades. And this is the first lesson that I want you to master. There's always more money. There's always more money. Now, this is one of the cornerstones of my Chillpreneur philosophy, is that there is always more. There's enough for everyone, and we live in a world of abundance. So have you noticed that there's always at least one more hairband if you really look for it? Like there's always one more bobby pin. There's always one more coin in the bottom of your purse. Now, of course, it doesn't always feel like that. And I'm not saying that there's not income inequality in the world and that there's no poverty in the world. That is not true at all. But chances are that you have every opportunity to change your income and at least tip the odds in your favor. Because wealthy women, wealthy people are great for the planet if they have strong values, yet people like you hold yourself back. And one of the things we keep ourselves small is that we think the world is a zero-sum game. If I win, someone else is going to lose. If I'm successful, it's at someone else's expense. And that's not true. You becoming wealthier is not going to make someone else poorer. And you can do some amazing things with your wealth too. There's no limit to what you can dream. There's no cap on your earning potential. And the opportunities that we have right now are amazing. Never has this been more apparent to me that there's always more money. That something happened to me that was so hilarious. I was buying my dream house that finally took me years to manifest, and I was driving to pick up the keys. And instead of feeling good, I was feeling what Gay Hendricks calls an upper limit problem. Maybe you felt this as well. When something good happens, you actually feel like crap about it. It can feel like resistance or guilt, or even that something bad will happen to balance out the good. So that's what happened to me. The adrenaline finally kicked in and I was like, oh my God, we're finally here. I've bought my dream house. Now, I did all my manifesting secrets to manifest this house. We had the most successful launch we'd ever had. Everything should have been good. But I was feeling horrible. I was feeling sick about it. All my stuff was coming up. Who did I think I was? Can we really afford this? Am I ready to do this? And we were driving to the dream house with all these thoughts swirling around in my head, and it should have been a happy day. It should have been a day of celebration. Now, you might have felt this as well, right? It's a success hangover. Something that's supposed to feel really good, like a big launch or launching your book, actually has the opposite effect, and you feel bad, guilty, sick. So during this car ride to our new dream house, I said to Mark, you know what, babe? I think we're gonna have to be really careful about money now. We've got a new house, we've got another baby on the way. We're really gonna have to tighten our belts. And he looked at me and he was like, what? That doesn't sound like you. Now, he was surprised because usually I'm really optimistic. I hit big goals all the time. And obviously I teach money mindset. So he'd never heard me talk so negatively before. But I was spooked because this big dream was coming true and it didn't feel good. It felt like that was the limit of how much luck and abundance I was allowed to have. So I was like, oh my God, you're right. There's always more money. And at that moment, a shower of $50 notes hit our car windshield. Like a literal cascade of money, at least $1,000 worth, exploded onto our car like confetti. Yes, this isn't a metaphorical story. It actually happened. Real money hit our car. Just as I said, there's always more money. So Mark's windscreen wipers came on, the money bounced around, flew all over the highway. We both screamed and we were like, oh my God, did you just see that? Did that just happen? Because I thought, is this like a hallucination? It was so weird. And Mark was like, should I pull over? Should we go collect that money? I still couldn't quite believe that it happened just as I'd said that. There's always more money. But I knew that this was just a message from the universe. I didn't need to stop and like scrabble around in the bushes. And I said to Mark, oh my God, no, that's not the lesson. Like, that's not the point. There's always more money. That money doesn't belong to us, but there's always more. And I want you to remember that when you're driving your car next time, that there's always more money. There's always more money out there. And so I just laughed so much about that because I needed to learn that lesson to share it with you. And I know it was divine timing. At that moment of doubt and scarcity, the universe had to remind me in a hilariously literal way that there is always more money out there. And there's always enough. There is always more clients for you. So of course, straight away, I knew I could feel good about that property purchase. I didn't need to sabotage myself anymore. I decided to live in a world of abundance, not scarcity. Now, every time I drive up and down that road, and I do all the time, I remember that lesson. There's always more money. Now, I have been tempted to look for a stray note in the bushes there one time, but even better is that regular reminder to stay in prosperity consciousness. And to this day, I have no idea how that happened. I was like, was someone going to buy something in cash and it just flew out the window? Who knows? I've never heard a single person from my town mention this day of money flying around. And I still laugh about the divine timing, but I want you to remember it as well. There's always enough. And even in the last 12 months, when so many businesses have gone through some stress, some businesses had thrived. There've been more than enough clients for them and more money. There is enough. So seriously, I want you to run the numbers, figure out how many clients you need to maybe quit your job or go to the next level. Maybe if you increase your prices or streamline your business, you might even need fewer clients than you think. There's enough of them out there. With so many billions of people in the world, like, how many clients are you even looking for? There are more clients out there looking for exactly what you can deliver. You only need a few of them to buy from you. There's definitely more than enough. And there are always more opportunities. So maybe recently you missed out on something, an important project, a speaking gig, a client who said no or told you you were too expensive. Who cares? There are so many more opportunities. There are more clients who will suit you better. So you can just breathe and remind yourself there's always more money. Let go of that fear of missing out. There are always more opportunities. There are always more ideas. There are always more domain names. So you know what? You practice business, it didn't work out. That doesn't mean that you're a failed entrepreneur. It just means that you're an entrepreneur. Like, think about Richard Branson. Do you know how many Virgin offshoots there's been? There's been like Virgin Brides, Virgin Cola, and some of them have been wildly successful. But if Richard Branson understands anything, it's just that ideas themselves are abundant. If one doesn't work, there's always another one around the corner. Another one to remember, there's always more time. So you might feel an urgency to do all the things right now. So for example, you might have a ton of book ideas rattling around in your head. I've got at least 3. And something tells you need to write them all right now. So you do none of them. And they feel like they need to be birthed right now. But you can only be in one stage of pregnancy at a time. And you have to let things unfold in their perfect divine timing. And funnily enough, I realize when I take that attitude of abundant time, I get so much more done. If I take the pressure off myself to do everything all at once, I find myself becoming more productive because there's an abundance of time. And when you don't force yourself, you don't get bogged down in resistance and procrastination. So remember this lesson, there's always more money. There's always enough money. And by you making it, it won't deprive other people of wealth. So write it down somewhere where you can see it. There's always more money. The world really is an abundant place and there's always more money for you. All right, gorgeous. It's your time and you're ready for the next step. Hey gorgeous, it's Denise here again. I would love to invite you into my brand new free money masterclass. I'll be talking about 7 big money blocks and exactly how you can clear them. I want to help you break free of your limiting beliefs so you can go to the next level of income. It's going to be easier than you think, but it all starts with getting out of your own way. Join me today over at denisedt.com/blocks and let's get started together.